Hello and welcome to the business interview. I'm Markus Karlsson, and this week we're bringing you the program from the Paris Auto Show. This is where car makers come to dazzle and to lure consumers into buying their products. And at the more expensive end of the scale, one of those car makers is Lamborghini. And today I have the pleasure of speaking to that company's chief executive, Stefan Winkelmann. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Winkelmann, for speaking to us.
You're welcome.
Now, what new things are you bringing to this year's show?
We are bringing the new Gagliardo LP 560-4. It's a car which is completing the design difference between the different versions of the Gagliardo, between the two-wheel drive version, the light version, and now we have a distinctive design for the four-wheel drive version. This means that we have 3 coupes, 3 spiders, we have a distinctive design for the 3 versions, and we have a different driving experience and performance.
Now, your company is very different from a lot of other companies that we're seeing here at the Paris Auto Show. Last year, you sold just over 1,600 cars, but these cars, they start at $200,000 and then they go up. Who are buying your cars at this stage, and where are they buying them?
They are buying all over the world. We are very well distributed in 45 countries. Our biggest market is the US, and then we have a strong presence in Europe, and Asia and Asia Pacific is growing rapidly. The typical buyer is male, is an entrepreneur, a self-made man, and this is making the car so special. Our customers, they love the made in Italy, and for sure they love super sports cars.
Now, you say that you have big sales in the United States and sales are growing in Asia. What about Europe? That's your home market. How is Italy, your home market for real, doing, so to speak, at this stage? There are lots of worries about the Eurozone and the economy there.
The luxury market is a very volatile market, so it's very difficult to predict, because it's not only about having or not having the money to spend, it's about the right mood to spend such an amount of money. Because it is a dream. We're not selling mobility, we are selling dreams. So if the people are not in the right mood, they will not buy. So the market can drop from one moment to the other. And this is very dangerous for a manufacturer like ours, which is investing a lot of money. In Europe, we have lights and shadow, depending very much on the euro and the debt crisis for sure. And at time being, it's very difficult to predict. The market is holding. We have markets where we're growing, and we have markets where we're less strong due to measurements of the government, like in Italy, for example.
In 2011, you saw a double-digit sales increase. Do you think that development is going to continue this year in 2012? Are you going to see as strong a growth?
We will have a double-digit growth also in 2012. This is for sure.
Now, after the financial crisis, your sales took a real hit. We saw them tumble in 2008, 2009, etc. Now, in 2008, you still sold 2,400 cars. That was a record for you. How long will it take before you're back at those kind of numbers?
But there are 2 elements which are key for the success. One is the, let's say, the economical environment, and the second issue is the life cycle of your products. The fresher the product, the better the economy, the easier it is to rise volumes. But at the end of the day, for us, it's not so important how much cars you sell, but to maintain the brand very puristic, to increase the value of the brand, to increase the image. And always you have to take care to less sell than demand. This is one of the key issues in the luxury business.
Let's talk about the value of your brand then. Now, you're part of the Volkswagen group. Volkswagen has a lot of other luxury car makers, Bentley, Bugatti, as well as Porsche these days. Doesn't that mean that it kind of waters your brand out a little bit?
No, because the strengths of the Volkswagen group is that every brand has its clear positioning, and there is a very few overlapping. And what they're good, or what we are good, they leave the brands the responsibility for research and development, production, and the commercial side. So we are companies which are acting 360 degrees, and we are taking opportunities in terms of synergies out of the group where we think it's necessary.
But for instance, Volkswagen recently wrapped up the purchase of Porsche. That is a car maker that is quite similar to your own. You're not worried by that purchase?
No, not at all. If you compare, only if you compare the volumes, we are selling an average of 2,000 cars. They are selling 100,000 plus. So you can imagine that this is a different world in terms of brand, in terms of routes, in terms of product, so there is no overlapping.
I suppose it's fair to say that Ferrari is your biggest competitor, strongest rival. Now Ferrari is selling a lot more cars than you do on an annual basis, more than 7,000 vehicles in 2011. How long do you think it will take to overtake Ferrari, and is that even an ambition of yours at this stage?
No, we don't have any ambitions in the growth of sales as such, because we are a two-model company. Ferrari and others, they have at least 4 models, so already this is a different size in the approach. We are in the niche in the niche. We are the most extreme super sports car manufacturer, and we want to remain like this. So we are not interested in having big sales. What we are interested is to have a third model coming up, which we are preparing, and which is still a concept, but we are working on it, which is a high-end luxury SUV, which should be then the real super sports car inside the SUV segment.
When are we going to see that high-end luxury muscly SUV in the market then? When will we see that?
We are a small company and we want to stay slim, and we want to do the things in a row. So we have a lot of new things in our pipeline, and we want to take care that the life cycle of the products is in the right positioning to accept and to, let's say, digest new products from Lamborghini. So it will take at least another 4 years from now.
I want to talk a little bit about profitability as well. You have had some problems with profitability in the past few years, ever since the financial crisis. How are things going on that end of things?
But you know, we always look in the mid and long term, because for a small company with very low volumes and high investments, if you have an economical downturn, it's difficult. But the medium-long term is looking very bright for Lamborghini, and the things are getting better and better. The results of this year we will communicate at the end of the first quarter of next year.
I want to turn a little bit to the Paris Motor Show. Are you profiting from this show? I mean, do sales go up as a result of this forum where we're at the moment?
It's clear that for the French market and for the European dealers, this is an opportunity to see firsthand a new car. So if they have prospects, hot customers, they can come and see, and usually in the environment of the motor show, you have more sales than in an average week. Mm-hmm. But this is not changing, let's say, the result of a year.
So this is a shop window, so to speak. Right. A very expensive shop window, perhaps. Right. All right, Stefan Winkelmann, it has been a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time here at the Paris Motor Show. That was Stefan Winkelmann, the Chief Executive of the Italian sports car maker Lamborghini. Do stay with us here at France 24. We're going to bring you more news in just a little while. Don't forget as well that you can get more business news on our website. The address, just as usual, is www.france24.com. Do stay with us, don't go away.